I got access to the closed beta of Petite Planet as a member of the Petite Planet Creator Club, and here are my thoughts as a totally professional Animal Crossing New Horizons expert. If you're unfamiliar with Petite Planet, it's the somewhat soon to be released, but there's no date yet because it's still only in beta, newest free-to-play life sim from Hoyoverse, the creators of small games you've probably heard of like Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail. Petite Planet's basic mechanics involve gameplay that is very similar to other games in the life sim genre. You're fishing, catching bugs, decorating, farming, you know the gist. But Petite Planet does something we've all been asking for a long time. Space. It's literally Animal Crossing, but it's in space. Petite Planet is a lot like Animal Crossing. Nothing can really be changed about fishing or farming, however I do love the way we collect sea creatures in this game. There's villager hunting, mystery islands, the game uses acorns as furniture icons instead of leaves. We have animal villagers while players are humans, decorating, terraforming, chairs, you know, the things that Animal Crossing and other life sim games have. Petite Planet does some of these things differently though. There are a lot of mechanics that Hoyoverse has vastly improved on. Many features I would die for if Animal Crossing ever added them. Like having our own planets! Instead of improving a deserted island, we're leveling up our very own planet. We aren't alone in our galaxy either. As you go about your day, other players' planets will orbit by yours. You can request to visit these planets if you want a little bit of social interaction with strangers, but if you're feeling a little more introverted that day, you can just turn off people coming to your planet. But it's a really cool way to interact with the community, see how people are decorating their islands. Maybe even sell some crops, because Petite Planet has this whole stock thing like how we sold turnips at Animal Crossing. I'll get to that in a minute. But it is cool to not feel completely alone while you're on your planet. Okay, what you're really here for. How is this game better than Animal Crossing? As an Animal Crossing veteran, I can say, in a lot of ways actually, the developers really listened to what New Horizons players have been begging for and threw that into this game. First up, the villagers. While I'm more of a fan of the aesthetics and art direction of Animal Crossing, I do like the personalities and interactability of the neighbors in Petite Planet. My favorite part so far, besides them giving us a reason to actually talk to them every day, they have mini games for us to play. Now you can't just go up to them and request a mini game. It is a thing that they just kind of randomly talk to you about, but they're really fun mini games. One villager made me solve a riddle, which was so intense I had to bring out MS Paint to solve it. Another had me play a fun numbers game, and winning these gets you some cool furniture. Almost every day, each villager has a new cooking recipe or crafting recipe for you. The game makes you always interested in talking to them. Even if I'm not a fan of their aesthetic, which is the complete opposite of Animal Crossing. I love the aesthetic of Maple, but I hate talking to her every day. I only have a handful of villagers in Petite Planet, but it seems like they each have their very specific personalities, and I'm assuming this continues throughout the other villagers in this game too. Isaki likes beetles, so sometimes he'll give you a beetle. Medolin likes to craft plushies, so she'll give you a random new plush here and there. This guy makes hats, so guess what happens? Yep, he gives you corn. I'm just kidding, you get hats. I think this is the only way to get some of these items too. Maybe I just didn't play long enough to get these items another way. But the neighbors definitely have exclusive cooking recipes, so they might have exclusive gifts too. But it's a cool way to get a bunch of different items. And you can talk to them multiple times a day to do multiple different things. It's not just reading dialogue that ends up with nothing. It's useful. Money is hard to come by in this game, so I will take any free handout that they can give me. Each villager has their own level, and you can see it. New Horizons also has friendship levels, but you never see them outside of eventually getting their framed photo when you level them up all the way. Here, there's a whole dedicated menu that shows you everything about this neighbor, your current friendship level, their backstory, how many times you've given them a gift, talked to them, took them on adventures. You can physically see your friendship evolve, which maybe isn't a good indicator of a life sim, but it's very transparent and lets you know where you stand and what you need to do to improve your relationship. Real life doesn't have an XP bar above your friend's head that increases every time you give them a random item from your pocket, so I don't know, maybe it might pull some people out of it, but I enjoy it. Your neighbors require a lot of questing though. Quests are a way you can level up your planet. There are main quest lines that reward you with Luca jars, which you can use to water a tree that you plant when you first arrive. As the tree grows, your planet evolves and more features are unlocked. In the early stages of the game, you'll unlock more tools, more creatures to collect, and expand your planet. Once you've progressed to unlocking all of the features for your island, you slowly get access to planet customizations through something called Luca Fruit. These balls of fruit can change different cosmetic features for your islands, like making your grass blue, changing the style of your rocks on your beach, adding cherry blossom trees. The fruits can be added and taken away at your leisure. If you feel like it's a bluegrass day, well then you can make it a bluegrass day. Questing in Petite Planet really unlocks a lot of features. You aren't just questing to quest, you're questing to progress your planet. Because of this, you feel incentivized to complete requests. You're not doing this just to achieve a 5-star island for, no reason, just to say that you did. You're doing it to see what else the game has to offer. And this game keeps delivering new surprises. One of the features you unlock through questing is the green market. This is a daily stock market for the crops that you grow. Every day, 3 crops will have a different price attached to it. Some days, certain prices will be higher, other days, they'll be lower. The idea is that you hold on to your crops until their prices are high, and then you sell. Think of these like turnips, but it's a daily buying and selling instead of just weekly. And like turnips, each planet has their own prices for the day. It's beneficial for you to check out your friends' planets to see what they have going on. There's also a message board built into the game where you can post what your island's green market is for the day. Think of like Turnip Exchange, but instead of being its own website made by fans, it's a feature built into the game. It makes visiting and selling way easier, and you make some friends in the process. The green market gives you a reason to farm. Most farm sims don't even give you a reason to farm. There's also cooking in Petite Planet 2, which benefits from you growing crops because you need to eat to perform actions, but the green market is definitely really important. It's how I've been making most of the money in this game. Money is not easy to come by. I'm used to the Animal Crossing way of just fishing and catching bugs for easy cash. No, not here. You gotta work for your money. You can't just make an entire planet full of farm plots either. Because the green market can be so lucrative, the game limits how many farm plots you can have, which does kind of suck if you're interested in the farming mechanic for like a farm core decoration aspect. Farm core might be a thing of the past, but the more you upgrade your lucre tree, the more farm plots you unlock and the more money you can make, so keep questing. Just like how farming is useful for more than just collecting crops, the catchables, the bugs, fish, sea creatures, have extra quests attached to them as well. When you do this, you get Omni tickets, which you can use in the gift shop of the museum to trade for furniture. However, I'm a little salty with this gift shop. It's mostly fish models and 1 slot for furniture, which only rotates through 2 different options, but they are really pretty, so I'll accept them for now. It's hard to say if this is just a beta thing or not. Maybe there will be more options here in the future, but for now, in the closed beta, it is limited. With that being said, I have not tried buying one of these models to see if anything else replaces it. Hold on, let me do that real quick. And okay, it's literally just another fish. These fish models aren't for me, but maybe somebody else will appreciate them. The furniture in this game is adorable. They really went all out. Again, this is just the beta, so I'm assuming there's not everything that they've thought of here. I'm excited to see what comes in the future. There's no way they've added all the models that they've created in this current build. It's probably just a few furniture series just to give us the ability to decorate a bit and test out the mechanic. A big feature that Petite Planet has that I wish Animal Crossing had: indication square. I know this pulls people a bit out of the life sim to have an indication square where you're gonna perform an action. I, myself, am torn sometimes. It is very helpful, especially when you're trying to dig or terraform in a certain spot. It does make life way easier. For some reason in this game, it doesn't pull me out of the life sim immersion, maybe because I'm starting this game with the square, whereas in Animal Crossing, I'm used to playing without it. So if they added it, I don't know, I'd feel weird. It would ruin the immersion for me. The feature that Petite Planet has that every other game with farming should have: precision farming. This makes your character walk really slow, gives you an indication square, lets you hotkey seeds so you don't have to keep just going into a huge inventory to find the right thing every time you want to plant a new seed. It's just really nice. As much as I love the quick planting of something like Stardew Valley, I mess it up all the time, probably because I'm going too fast. It's probably a me thing. Regardless, the precision farming is just, it's next level. It's really helpful. I can't get enough of it. Now, do I wish the animations of planting and harvesting were a bit faster though? Yeah, this is definitely one of the games that performs these actions slowly, but maybe that's a sign to just slow down and take your time. It's a life sim, remember? By the way, quickly, this game doesn't have storage. Like, you just leave everything in your pockets, which I'm not upset about because I'm never running out of pocket room. However, it is kind of annoying to look for things, but there is a cool filter that helps a lot. but I'm still undecided about the lack of storage option. One of the things that we've all been waiting for since 2020, overhead terraforming. Praise the Petite Planet gods! Fantasy Life did do this as well, so Petite Planet isn't the only game doing this. Thankfully, many developers understand the pain that we all went through with New Horizons. This just makes life so much easier. It's definitely another feature that destroys the life sim aspect. There's not really a lot of tedium to it, but terraforming in God mode just makes decorating and pathing a lot easier. Alright, now onto how Petite Planet could improve. My biggest gripe with this online life sim, you can't time travel. And this is coming from someone who doesn't really like to time travel. Petite Planet's clock lines up with real time, which means if you're on at 6 a.m., it's also the morning on your planet. Unless there's a way to mess with the game's time with like your desktop clock or something, but the server I joined was called America 1, so I'm assuming it follows American time zones, but who knows, maybe it's just the name of the server for the closed beta, not the final name of servers. Anyway, if you need to catch these nighttime creatures, you're going to have to actually be playing during night hours, which is unfortunate if you're someone that has to wake up really early, or maybe you work an overnight shift and you can't play games at night, or maybe your life's routine is so packed that you can only play the game between like 6 and 7 p.m. What about the other times of the day? Are we just screwed if we can't play video games at every hour? If that's the case, it's hard to accept this in a game that focuses on collection. If I can't collect items that I'm unavailable during the day for, how do I collect everything? The game rewards you for collecting everything, but what if you can't? I feel like there could have been a better way to handle time passing for that reason. Like, take Palia. Palia ensures everyone can catch everything by making one Palia day last only one real-life hour. This way, if you can only play for a couple hours or even 30 minutes, you get a wide range of sunlight to collect everything you need to. I do, however, like that the game imitates real life. I think this is one of the big reasons Animal Crossing is so cozy to me. I can look outside and see the sunset in real life, and then also watch the sunset on my beach in-game. It immerses me, it makes me feel like I can truly escape into this real world. But in Animal Crossing, if I need a fish that's around after 9 p.m., I can just time travel. I can't do that in an online game. Another gripe, in Petite Planet, we can multi-craft, but we can't multi-cook. Or if we can, I didn't find a way to do it. Maybe I'm just missing something, but I have almost 100 plums and 100 apples, and I wish I could just make 100 of these fragrant fruit fusion teas with them. But no, I have to go one by one by one by one by one. I thought we realized this was an issue, which is why we can bulk craft in every game now. Let me bulk cook. So I was talking about how the furniture is really pretty in this game, which it is, but some items take up way too much space based on the size of the actual furniture item. The one that really kills me is this PC tower. This thing is so skinny, but it takes up a whole grid square. I can't get it close enough to furniture. The empty space makes me really mad. This isn't even just a Petite Planet issue. Most decorating games have this issue, including Animal Crossing. I think the only game that I've played that got this right is Palia. And maybe it's because they have much smaller grid squares, but the ones in Petite Planet are large and they're hard to work with sometimes. The same thought, diagonal furniture. Where the heck is it? Why do we only get 4 rotation directions in 2025? Maybe there's something I'm not understanding with these decoration games, but diagonal placements opens up so many options to make your space look nice and unique. We did get diagonal paths in Petite Planet, at least, so that's a win, but no diagonal furniture. Crafting has a whole cinematic cutscene every time you craft. You can skip it, thankfully, but there's no way to turn off this cutscene happening. I've just been mashing escape every time I craft, but I feel like I shouldn't have to. Just give me a checkbox to uncheck, to not have the crafting cinematic scene happen. This one I don't think they have to change personally, but it is something that a lot of people are passionate about. There are a couple instances of AI, but it is avoidable if you're just not a fan of AI. And it's not generative AI, it's chatbots. The first place is in the cafe at the Galactic Bazaar, which is an area that you travel to that's basically a social hub to connect with other players online who are also playing. There's a cafe in the back where you can order a coffee, talk to other players, but also you talk to the barista whose dialogue is AI. Think Smarter Child, or like just having a conversation with ChatGPT. The game very obviously lets you know that your conversation with the NPC is AI generated. They aren't hiding it at all. But the Galactic Bazaar does have daily quests that you can do to earn the currency to spend at the rewards counter in the bazaar. And one of those quests that does pop up is talking to the barista in the cafe. But again, you don't have to, you're just missing out on the really small rewards. The other place that there's AI is actually pretty helpful sometimes. If you hit B, you bring up a chat with a planet life guide. Here you can ask questions about Petite Planet if you get lost or stuck, and it's literally only about Petite Planet. Or let's say you're looking for a specific material for a quest. You can type, I don't know, where can I find plums? And it will tell you exactly how to find plums. I'd never thought AI would be stealing my cozy game tip video job, but here we are. Now, one of the future additions that I'm a bit curious about, that are most likely coming, microtransactions. This is a Hoyoverse game after all. I don't know how many of you have played Genshin Impact, but people throw a lot of money at that game. There are a lot of different ways you can spend real dollars. So here's how monetization works in Hoyo versus other game Genshin Impact, from someone who doesn't play Genshin Impact but as someone who does play Genshin Impact how it works, so maybe I'm a little wrong. But this is like a simple overview. Also, Genshin Impact makes like $50 million a month, so... First, gacha, or loot boxes if you're more familiar with those. These gachas are limited time events where you spend money on pulls. Each pull has a chance of unlocking a character. So there's like 2 banner characters and you're spending your money to like RNG and hope you unlock that character. These banners rotate out after a set time and new characters show up, and then you can do more gacha pulls. So that's one way. Another way is a battle pass that gives you resources to build your character faster, like levels and exclusive weapons. There's also a way to spend money on character skins, and then there's a new way to spend money to get outfits. Like in Infinity Nikki, if you've played that, where you're relying on RNG to get your cute outfit rather than straight up buying an outfit from a store like in Palia. And then in Genshin Impact, there's also a way to spend real money to get more time-gated materials in the day as a way to kind of farm resources that you need. Alright, lots of ways to spend money in Hoyoverse games. So how will we spend money here in Petite Planet? Well, we don't actually know. There's currently no way to do that in the closed beta, but there will absolutely be a way to spend money in Petite Planet when it finally releases. This is a free-to-play game, the devs gotta make money somehow. But in my opinion, they'll have to be very careful with how they implement it. In a game all about cosmetics and furniture, it's going to be hard for players to shell out real money for cosmetics and furniture. There will most likely be a battle pass. Every game pretty much has one now, and I'm pretty sure Petite Planet will have one. I don't have any insider information, by the way, for any of this. This is all just my own speculation. We will most likely be able to buy outfits. I'm thinking they'll go more of a gacha route, more of like Infinity Nikki, where you're spending money on pulls and hoping to get that 5-star pull, but you're getting a bunch of like 2, 3, 4-star, the same outfits over and over again until you're lucky enough to get that one outfit that you're trying for. Ooh, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. Think about that, the fortune cookies, right? You have that one 5-star furniture item, and then you have like some 4 and 3-star furniture items that you just keep getting, and you keep buying until you get that one 5-star item, and then you're like, okay, now I'm good. That's probably how it's gonna happen here, with furniture and with outfits. I'm okay with furniture appearing in battle passes, but I am a little bit against gacha furniture. Hopefully there's a way to earn paid currency through gameplay, just in general, but especially if they add paid gacha furniture items. I wanna decorate my house with cute items, and I don't wanna have to pay for all of it, you know? But if we get like free gacha, where it just uses in-game currency that we earn, I'm okay with that. It'd be like if Animal Crossing added gacha with our bells. I have 65 million bells. Give me all the gacha. In the closed beta, this does exist. You can get a furniture gift box for a reasonable amount of dough, is what the currency is called. It's been giving me items that I got early on in the game, so a little useless. But maybe if I sat there and spent a bunch of dough, I'd find something new eventually. So gacha does already exist, it's just free gacha at the moment. I have played the other Hoyoverse games, and though there are microtransactions that we just discussed, you can still play the game without spending money. They are full games. The gacha isn't required. However, it's really hard to say no to gacha. Something about gambling that's just like embedded deep in our brains makes it addicting. Petite Planet overall is very fun. It doesn't feel like a super rushed game, thankfully, a cozy game that's not rushed. That has a bunch of unique features and ideas that separate it from the other games in the cozy or life sim genre. A lot of these things that I've been begging Nintendo to add to Animal Crossing, but whatever, I'm glad we're getting it here anyway. It truly feels like its own game. We aren't dealing with an Animal Crossing clone, even though it looks like it from the outside. You know, you're like, you have your house, you got animal neighbors. There are a lot of things that are different that it does great. I had an amazing time playing, but I didn't get that same Animal Crossing obsessive feeling. I enjoyed locking in, checking what was new for the day, doing the quests, like unlocking everything was so fun. There was definitely a lot to see, but I kept looking for that Animal Crossing replacement to help hold me off until the next Animal Crossing game, whenever that is. But maybe this was just the beta, so I didn't get to experience everything that would make me feel this feeling. I'm also in a very different part of my life where I have almost no free time and too many things to do. Don't get me wrong, I am incredibly excited for Petit Planet to release. I had a fantastic time playing this game. This is just a repeated feeling that I get with kind of all games in general. I'm chasing that Animal Crossing high, but I think the nostalgia of Animal Crossing controls that feeling too much. I'm very much looking forward to this game. It's literally everything I've been asking for. We've got space, we've got an online meetup spot, we've got mini games, villagers that are worth talking to. We're getting there. I can't wait to see what new features will be added for the full release. Maybe this is it. This will get us over our New Horizons hangover. I'm ready for some fully released Petit Planet. Oh, give me this game. Are you excited for Petit Planet? Let me know down below, subscribe, or you'll be lost in space forever. Oh no! And I'll see you next time. Bye!